What's up, guys? It's your boy Aron, and you're watching the Aron Show, Knicks and the Westchester Knicks recap. So this season has been an amazing one. The coaches, meeting the coaches of the Westchester Knicks, and the reporter, and also DJ Danny, and also Ariel, and Junior, which I forgot his name. I think it's Kevin Junior. And you know, I've got to say, there's something about this season that really lit me up, because I did not know what to expect this season. And even though I'm talking so fast, it just blew me to surprise that I think coming to this season, even though I didn't go to every single Westchester Knicks game, and I didn't at all go to any New York Knicks game, it was an experience that I was very anxious, but also a little bit jealous because I didn't go to either. But when I went to the Westchester Knicks games, there was something special that also hit me up, and it was also the staff there. It was also the people that worked for MSG, and it was kind of like a family. I want to say, being a part of the Westchester Knicks and the New York Knicks family, it just hits like home. I got to meet some of the season ticket holders from like 15 years ago, 9 years ago, when they first started in Westchester or something like that. And it's very interesting. So, you know, but guys, I mean, I don't know if you could see these videos like I am, but when these Westchester Knicks killed it, I mean, I'm telling you, you got Jacob Toppin, Obi Toppin's brother, that we had to hate in the conference finals, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, I mean, listen, Westchester Knicks played amazing this season with the Chula OKK, Boo Booey, Jacob Toppin, as I said before, Mo Brown, which I was really shocked because he had quite a season, and also with the call-ups, I was a little bit jealous at first because each time that Chula OKK went to Orlando and Mo Brown went to Indiana and Dallas, so it was an on and off thing that we had to, you know, also understand. And also TJ Warren was out at the second half, but it was very interesting, as well as for Alex O'Connell Jr. I mean, these guys deserve enough credit after what they've been accomplishing out of this season. And for me to be that Westchester and New York Knicks fan, mostly it's vice versa, because I think it's New York Knicks fan and then Westchester Knicks fan. It's just been amazing to see how these guys bust their ass day in and day out. I mean, even shout out to the Madison Square Garden staff members as well. What they do in and out, I mean, I couldn't be so grateful as much to know what I've done on the last couple of years, moving from Long Island and not having all of what I anticipated to come here and to be a part of this subscription, and to get up front seats whenever I had the chance, because of course my actual seat was behind the bench of the Westchester Knicks, which I was so happy and such an honor to sit right in back of them and fist pounding them and to give them compliments, even though they were rushing back before them, no matter if it was a win or a loss. And it was just an emotional experience, and kind of, you know, even when it came down to the Long Island Nets, you know, that was a really emotional one, because it made me feel like I went back to Long Island. So, you know, but yeah, you know, I mean, it just came down to how we played, when we played, and what we could do to play the best we can play. Even when it came down to the playoffs, of course, the main Celtics outsmarted us, but at the end of the day, you know, at least they didn't win. And it's kind of funny because when you think about it, then we played Boston in the actual playoffs, and we won against them to make it to the conference finals. So when I thought about that, at the of course around like April, I was kind of like, oh man, this is gonna be interesting AF. So it was very interesting, and very emotional at the same time. So shout out to the New York Knicks and the Westchester Knicks. It, just watching this video as you guys are watching it as well, mind boggles me, like literally, and I couldn't be more appreciative to watch these games in person, and to each time that I kind of watch myself meeting these players in person and talking to the coaches, even at the beginning of the season, was very interesting. Now here comes to my favorite part, as right after this image, is the playoffs. The playoffs were amazing this season. We got to go up against Detroit, which I didn't get the chance to put that, but like I said before, we got a chance to go up against the Celtics, which I'm telling you, right after that, I was at the part of doing my show. Fans go berserk and wild. Then we advance to the conference finals. I wasn't really expecting that. And here's the thing, guys, and this is also a video that I went for I want to say game 6 of Detroit, but I want to get back to the Boston. Game 2, I was doing the show, and I was so nervous, and I had to go back and forth. And at that moment where you guys just saw the block from Mikal Bridges and everyone, it was just, I was right then and there, watching it on my street, right near my apartment, chanting and yelling berserk, because I didn't see the whole entire game. But when it came down to this game, which was Detroit, it was obvious that we were gonna outblow them. Yes, they won a couple of games, but then it was more of, we did it. And I've got to say, we really did do it. And it was just a game that you could expect that we would win. As you guys can see here, I got to see Stephon Marbury. I got to also meet Latrell Sprewell, all these guys, but I couldn't put it down in the video, so, sorry. But you guys are watching what I watched, and it really did hit the spot for me this season, because of course, when the Knicks did not play, I had a hard time in my personal life, but when it came down to the Knicks, something is going to be good this season, and it just, I could use my run-on words and all that stuff, but it was really right then and there that knowing what to expect, and I know some of my footages are not the best, but it was really quite a game to really watch and to really expect. I've got to say, this, just mind-boggling. Not the best footage if you guys are watching me, but these are some of my reactions to the actual game versus Detroit. And then after that was Indiana, which I one time this at the Garden, because I'm usually at the Garden with my older brother. Since trying to test me with being a true New Yorker and to take the subway. I have no idea how to take the subway, so if you want to come and teach me how to use the subway, doesn't matter where I'm going, please teach me, even if it's just a link to someone else's video or something like that, although that wouldn't be a good idea because you would have to mention them, or just pick it out of one of those stupid websites of how to be a true New Yorker, even though I'm a New Yorker, but I don't take the subway, and I'm terrible at it. So, if you want to teach me how to do that, teach me how to do that. But yeah, we got the win, and just being at the Garden or Game 5, I think it was a Game 3, I'm sorry. Game 3 at the Garden, and I was playing countless of times. and it was just an amazing feeling. Was it $65 for a ticket and a brochure? It was amazing. It was amazing. I've got to say, this season was amazing, and just like experiencing it. I like. There's so many memories to what this playoff spot was doing. Like, what was it? Game 6. I was at Binghamton for my little brother's graduation in Binghamton, and I'll never forget it. I was in the hotel, and I was rooting, and I was like yelling silently since my parents were sleeping and all that stuff. So it was very surreal just to see the Knicks win. Like, I was just, my God, it was unbelievable. But yeah, when it came down to going to the Garden and seeing how they actually played, and of course they were away, it was quite an experience. Really, it was really quite an experience. So, but I really appreciate the experience, and even when I got out of the Garden and just seeing maybe at least 34th Street packed up with Knicks fans, and of course you had like what, 12 New York NYPD cops. Like, that was just, I was shocked because I saw it on Instagram, but when I was there in person, you didn't see any cop. It was just Knicks fans on top of each other, all these friends and family members and all that stuff, and I was like, wow. Like, and as I'm recording this, I don't know where you guys are watching it, but it was just an experience to witness. It really was. I really do appreciate the Knicks family, and I'll say this once and I'll say it again. Shout out to my favorite channels, Knicks Film School, Knicks Fan TV, CP the Franchise, Alex, I forgot his last name, JD, all of these guys, CK2K, Knicks Omni Fan. Who else? Who am I missing? All these guys. It comes down to who you're talking. Knicks Recap, Knicks Media with Richie. All of these guys, it comes down to our fan base and who we are, the passion that we give to this team. It's my God. Like, even just being there, and of course, fun fact, or not really fun fact, but when it was Game 3, my phone was out of storage, and luckily, thank God that I got a new phone. But it was so interesting, and I couldn't do so much videos, but it was so interesting that out of one, I witnessed every single experience that was so emotional. And I thought we would make finals, but we didn't. And guys, I was very emotional. Like, I was very pumped up. It was a fucking experience this season. And, yeah. But like I said before, if you did not watch some of my other videos this season, you could check it out on Knicks Take or on the Westchester Knicks, playlist, since I went to a lot of season games and all that stuff. So, in terms of the Westchester Knicks. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Also, make sure to ring that notification so that way you get more videos like this. Of course, we're going to be back in October for more Knicks, recaps, and also what will be continued with Tibbs, because he's not our head coach anymore. So we'll see who's going to be our new head coach in our new season of 2025-26. And yeah. Anyways, guys, enjoy your day. Peace and love. And yeah. Anyways, guys, peace.